Hello and welcome back everybody to the WCG Grand Finals here for 2013, live from Kunshan City, China. My name is Pastry China. I'm going to be joined here by Papa Smithy, and that's right, live from China. For the first time ever internationally, it is in fact Papa time.
It is Papa time, Pastry time, and we've got what better time for Papa time than Messiah on Twisted Fate. The high-end Twisted Fate, it's going to come into the mid lane here. Water Elite, ostensibly on paper, have a great team to support that Messiah, and Messiah's always said those prophetic words, it's all about the first use of Destiny, and I'm going to be watching wildly on the map for that level 6 action.
You and everybody else in the crowd just outside as well. I don't know if you could hear them before when it was picked, but they were very, very happy.
And we're not that close to the crowd, Pastry time. That was a massive roar coming out there.
And the red, of course, looking good here as well. The team from Russia looked great in the game that I managed to catch it up against the Thailand team.
So the question to you, which of those is their mid laner?
So I can tell you that the mid laner is Demode there, so he's still the Sandra player, which means that that's going to be Fomko taking up Kha'Zix in towards the top lane.
So Kha'Zix versus Renekton is a matchup we've seen a few times. If you remember, we actually saw PDD trying the Doran's Blade Kha'Zix against Renekton. He got wrecked in that matchup, and I think it's one of those matchups where if you can dictate things at level 2 or 3, because one of the things you can say about Renekton is, although he's a great duelist, he does actually have a tendency to get himself isolated a lot, so that extra Q damage can come into play there. You can actually win early trades with Kha'Zix and maybe snowball the lane, but it just feels like it gets to a point where, you know, the pieces of the Sunfire are complete, and Renekton just has a field day with Kha'Zix. So maybe early pressure into some lane rotations, but the one thing we can definitely say in terms of rotations, Invade coming out on the red side here by Water Elite.
Yeah, really nice steal there. Clearly they're actually going to use his smite there for that one and able to clear that one out. He's not going to leave it. He's going to make sure he clears it out, gets the timer there on that buff. I'm going to go ahead and return to his own jungle there. So very cleanly stolen away there by Team Water Elite to start things off here. And Ezreal, Annie, kind of an interesting bottom lane here. I mean, obviously kind of noted before, Wager just loves to play as Ezreal. Annie, known for her aggression. What do you think maybe is going to happen in this lane? Just, you do see a nice stun there.
Yeah, almost a double stun coming out from Fizzle. The one thing you can say about this lane, what I always try and talk about Lucian, because Lucian's still pretty new to competitive play, is he lanes a lot like pre-nerf Draven. And that's enough to scare most AD carry players. They remember how strong Draven was in lane, as we see a fail game coming out from Jarvan there. So your options against him are to pick Caitlyn and Ezreal and try and avoid those damage trades as much as possible, or Vayne and go for that skill matchup, much like Vayne Ezreal used to be. So it's definitely going to be Weijia on the back foot in terms of on paper. You see a strong game coming out to top.
Very, very low there in towards the top lane. Ignite going to tick away, but he's going to be alright for now. Forced to use his flash though there in that exchange. Jarvan used his there as well.
So the EQ burst coming out from Kha'Zix there, the EQ of course coming out from Jarvan. That was the window to really aggress that level 2. They've done well, they've forced him out of lane, but can they translate that into a win lane for Kha'Zix?
On the bottom, a lot of aggression. Fizzle forced to plateau as always. Yano in a lot of trouble. He's going to have to get well and truly out of there, and both of them are going to force a blue peel here. Going to mean a lot of potential pushing going to come down.
A massive early win for the red there in both top and bottom lane, saying their lane is back here. They're picking winning lanes in the bottom lane and translating on that. They've got a skill matchup almost in the top, winning that as well. That's a really great place to be 3 minutes into the game against a team as massive as Water Elite.
I mean, I'd see in both top and bottom, here's mid lane clear. They're going to completely own that guy. But a mode goes down there as Messiah picks it up, and you can hear the crowd. They absolutely love it when Messiah gets a kill.
It's a bit scary when Twisted Fate picks up a kill before Destiny is available, but that auto attack, it followed the glacial path. The Sandra went down, and maybe this game will be the Messiah tribute that we all know and love.
Maybe in clear love, they're just such great pressure. Able to help gank up that mid lane there. So things going decently there in the mid lane there for Water Elite after that first blood. But yeah, as you mentioned, top and bottom, just in general, the Reds, it's such a good aggressive option early on, and they really use both of them really well.
Yeah, it was just really nice play, and you kind of got a window into what it's like to lane against a lane like Draven Sona there. It's painful. Annie, you know, for all her strength going in, when trades start going against her, especially when her AD carry is low, she doesn't offer much beyond an AoE stun. She doesn't have the sustain, she can't do very trade damage, she doesn't have great base stats, and they lost that trade quite landslidely against Sona, who of course can heal up her carry as we go along.
Yeah, looks like Clear Love's hanging out down towards the bottom lane there as well. Salma going to dive up here towards the top, just trading back and forth here as Jarvan's going to look for it. 3v3 action down towards the bottom lane, going straight into Demogorgon. He's taking so much damage. Clearlove's going to assassinate him there as Jarvan going to jump himself back down now as well. The damage still moving in there as Annie maybe looking for a secondary stun. Clearlove there cripples up that Nixar as Lucian comes back there with a Lightbringer just poking back and forth there. But again, Clearlove, we talked about it, such a great aggressive jungler early on, such great presence, really made it count there. Oh, once again he's going to go in, but nice move there from Jarvan.
And this is actually reminiscent of the previous game. Clearlove, he's trying to bully around some of these less experienced junglers here. He's showing his experience. If you notice that Waterley had complete vision of Jarvan coming into the picture, but Clearlove was assertive. They went in, blew up Sona. It wasn't a 3v3. It almost ended up as a 3v2 instantly because no damage was shifted onto Waterley whatsoever, and they win that trade quite handily.
So Waterley now 2 successful ganks there from Clearlove. Going to give them a little lead here, just about 1,000 gold here ahead, so, which is not too bad, but certainly something that's you can tell Clearlove's presence has been felt here in the very early stages of this game here. Looks like Annie going to go back to base. Fizzev probably needs a couple more wards. This is completely out. I'm going to spend some of that extra gold he got there as well. Now Fonker up towards the top. It's going to poke somewhere back and forth here. Things like Kazik, especially with the early pressure he had in the start of this lane, he's happy to try and bully around Renekton before he hits 6.
And you just get a feeling with that trade there of how the lane looks. Renekton will dash in, do as much damage, dash out, and then Kha'Zix will go in with his E and try and get the kill. But oh dear, 3 members top.
This is a very, very dead Kha'Zix. Going to try and turn around and get the kill there, but Salmay's going to pick it up instead. And you said it before, Papa, it's all about the first Destiny. Very beautiful gank there up towards the top. I mean, Clearlove already annoying enough with his ganks, but at Messiah as well, and it's really tricky for the round.
Now they're trying to go for a counter dragon here. They got 4 members towards it. You see Lee Sin and Messiah are just about to show a mid lane here. They're trying to DPS it down quickly, but Jarvan is so low here, Pastry Time.
Triple stun there for Fizzev, sorry, there's Demo gets very low here. The Dragon a little low, so Clearlove going to come back in there. Fizzev's going to get 1 kill. Demorco dead in there as well. Fizzev is going to go down to Ignite. The Dragon goes to Lee Sin as well as Clearlove picks that up. Jarvan going down in there as well. 3 for 1 there. Beautiful wipe there for Waterley.
3 for 1 and Dragon is godly, and Fizzev made it all happen. Although he perished there, that AoE stun bought so much time. Dragon actually just did so much DPS to Jarvan that he couldn't handle it here. And now you get the worrying stat. Messiah level 7 to the level 5 of Lissandra.
Clearlove with a beautiful piece of timing in there as well. Managed to go and steal the red after all that action around the Dragon that had the timer down pat after stealing it for the first time. So going to continue to deny jungle here. And Waterley playing like we and everybody here in China likes to see them play. Very fluid, very coordinated, and when they're on a roll, it is very hard to stop them.
And although Messiah has played the Twisted Fate, the fact that he's been ahead in experience and gold from the start of this game, we get to see the Messiah show right here. It's his game to lose at this point.
Blue buff going to get stolen away in here as well. Clearlove doing a massive job counter jungling here. Poor Red's jungle completely decimated there by Waterley. Jarvan's going to try and get a little bit back there and take away that blue buff that he knows is back up. But it's not there yet, actually, because of the way the pathing worked out there for Clearlove in the early game. So, once again, another win there. Kind of Jarvan guesses which buff you have up and guesses wrong.
We look here, Ezreal's now 2-0-2, picked up 2 kills so far this game. Importantly here, he's actually even. I mean, slightly behind has gone to shot, but he's basically even on CS with losing, despite losing that early trade and being forced back. And that's all through Clearlove's pressure. It's been felt in the top, it's been felt in the mid, and it's been felt in the bot.
Yep, so what about... Oh, I was going to ask you about the top lane, but Clearlove trying to make the difference here as well. Fomko going to walk into that queue, gets leaped away there. Very nice play there. Waiting just before Lee Sin could land the 10% of the slow and managed to get out of the way there. That was actually very, very smart.
And just to give an idea of the genesis of this top lane as the match goes, basically the more gold both members get, and if that gold gap stays small, the worse the lane gets for Kha'Zix. The more tank items that come through, he just can't buy enough damage or rush enough damage to out DPS a giant spell chain vest combo that we're likely to see from Renekton.
Messiah's actually gone back and got Mercury treads here. By the way, what do you think of that pickup?
It's a really interesting pickup here. I mean, looking at the enemy team, that might be to do with the Sandra ultimate. A lot of disengage available there. But a curious pickup because so much gold spent on early tenacity.
Yep, I have a funny feeling, though, that that Blasty one's going to be a pretty fast Lich Bane. And if there's one thing that makes Twisted Fate scary when he's ahead, it's a really fast LB. Just a bit of a trade up to the top. Dominus actually going to get popped in here, but... Oh, never mind. It wasn't Dominus, just him ruthless predatoring away. Fomko pretty comfortable there, just trading back and forth here.
Messiah did have his ultimate available there, but was rotating to pick up a buff, so... No Destiny gank available right now.
Salmai feels pretty comfortable here as well. Almost has his Ignite back up as well. Does have his ult, does pop it there, really wants to go in. Gonna try and get the kill. The damage moves in, but Leap is available there, and Ignite does just come back up now. So Salmai, if he'd had it, maybe could have gotten that kill there, but Pomko's going to get away with that one.
Messiah tries to go for the very aggressive Destiny here, but very smart play from Lissandra to chase him down. No easy option for Destiny.
Demode will take a little bit of poke damage there on the way back, but he'll be okay.
Saves his laner, so good play.
Yeah, looks like a nice ult in there, flashed over the wall. The stun got parts away, but Ignite is going to pick up the kill there, and Messiah, kind of a win-win situation there. He was either going to get top or the mid laner as he rotated through.
But we always see flashes of that aggression from Messiah. You know he's on form when he's able to take risks like that, to flash over, as TF, you know, a champion not known for his burst damage, but with respectable burst, with that blasting one, taking down Lissandra and just growing that advantage in the mid lane.
Salmate proxying now as well, just trying to keep Funko back here. Want to do damage to that turret as he can, and Salmate completely ripping through Kha'Zix. I mean, you kind of talked about it before. This is the point in the matchup where you really don't want to be Kha'Zix.
And it just gets worse. And he doesn't even have a Giant's Belt or a Chain Vest here. He hasn't itemized for tanking. He's got some early damage from the second Doran Blade here. He's going for 3 Dorans, so it's not so surprising that at 10 minutes the laner with 3 Dorans is winning trades, but he just scales so well with all those stats and can build pure tank that it's not holding him back from a costly DPS item at all.
Culling actually used that by Nixar down towards the bottom lane. Wanted to clear out as many minions as he can. A little worried about this turret maybe going down, but down towards the bottom. They're actually going to look for a wraparound here. They may have spotted it, trying to clear it out, but they're going to go in anyway. Nixar in a lot of trouble. That cleanses out of the way, but Clearlove ready to follow him there with the Q and does manage to pick it up for himself. Now at 2-0-3 on Lee Sin. Now Demonko, I think, realizes what's happening, but I don't know if Sona can do too much about it. Does have Crescendo, does get the double Crescendo in there, but too much damage moves in there as Tibers comes in. Wager even Arcane Flashes on top of her just to try and pick up the kill, but once again, Fizzif's going to claim it.
And World Elite, they're just blowing away their competition here so far. All lanes winning here, and Destiny comes in.
Yeah, Messiah going to get the stun there onto Jarvan. Salmate chasing deals all massive amount of burst. Jarvan actually creatively gets his way out, does leave there on a sliver of health, and EQs his way out of the way as Demode now getting chased out by Salmate and Clearlove. He will make it back to the safety of his turret as well, but J4 in a lot of trouble now there as well. There are very scary people around. He's going to go for the wolves. The wildcard just missed, but he gold Aegis. He actually aggroed the wolves because of the wildcards there, but I don't think they know he's there. Messiah still looking. Is he maybe going to go for some stylish cards here? No, he's not going to check. And if only he had known what he had done there.
That was one of the most impressive back service in. Cool under pressure, had 1 level in his W ability, so was able to tank those walls down. The wolf crits never have been so fearsome since Dyrus perished to them many years ago, but he lived and got away. And Jarvan, look, he escaped to fight her another day.
Very, very impressive there. Managed to kind of just alley-oop his way over the Lissandra ultimate to create enough distance and enough space, and somehow managed to hide himself in the wolves there, and no one spotted that W proc.
And that may be the last time in competitive play that the wolf crit becomes important, because of course it's removed for patch 3.14 onwards.
Yeah,
sad times.
We are, of course, here at WCG still on patch 3.13. So not quite in that brave new world yet. Here is Messiah going to go back. What do you think he's going to look for here? I mean, he probably has enough for Lich Bane.
It has to be Lich Bane. Death Cap's an option. I don't really favor on Twisted Fate just because his sheer AP ratios aren't that impressive. Lich Bane's picked up here. It just gives him so many things. It gives him burst damage. It gives him turret pushing ability. It gives him move speed. He's already got boots too, so the move speed, of course, that multiplicative advantage works with the move speed from the Merc Treads here. He's looking happy, is Messiah.
I mean, look at the top two people there on the World Elite side. Both Wei Zhao and Messiah have already completed 2 very key Spellblade items here. I mean, Papa, what exactly is this going to do to poor Red at 13 minutes?
Well, I mean, all the cores are really starting here. We got Lich Bane, Trinity Force, the Giant Spelled on Renekton. It's not quite the Sunfire, but he went for the triple Dorans. The Sightstone's completed on Annie, and Lee Sin has a bevy of items here. And the double Merc Treads actually picked up here. So I guess it must be the Lissandra ultimate, because the only other lockdown, of course, is the Sona ultimate here that's affected by Mercury Treads. I mean, Red Funko, Funko can't even enter lane against Xiaomei at this point because of the outside Renekton. The second Dragon's going to go down to World Elite. They don't have to steal this one away. They pick it up. But, I mean, in terms of pick potential with the Destiny available and the burst damage from the Lich Bane, it's right there. Ezreal, his biggest power jump in the game is that Trinity Force, just because of how it interacts with the Mystic Shot. Everyone's looking great, and Destiny's coming in.
Here it comes, Messiah going to move through a great crescendo. Comes in there. There's a true barrage moves in, but that's a stun into Demonko. Gets completely demolished there as Tibbers does manage to get picked up there by Lucian. So he'll collect that bounty there, and World Elite going to look for a push here down towards the bottom lane, it looks like, as well. I mean, you talked about it before, Twisted Fate, if he's able to apply pressure and get things rolling, he's just so hard to play against. And his lane kill was successful, his first Destiny was successful, and now World Elite completely running over this map.
I'm going to actually try and think back to this Twisted Fate pickup, although we see a bit more fighting came here. Wei Zhao is so strong with that Trinity Force that he's happy to duel Lucian, which in most cases would be sad times for him. But let's think back to the Merc Treads pastry time. We already see the cleanse pick up on Lucian, so Lucian's a hard man to take down anyway. The other thing that whenever the other times they try and gank that duo lane, they have to deal with the Sona ultimate there. And with the 4-second duration on cards, it is very potential for the card to time out during the 1.5-second stun coming out from Sona. So he's answered the question of the Sona ultimate with those Merc Treads, reducing that stun duration to about 0.9 seconds. I mean, although Lucian has that cleanse, this actually makes it possible for him to gank that duo lane, because I believe between the cleanse and the Sona crescendo, it will be almost impossible without those mode treads to pick up those kills. So shout out to Messiah there. It looked like a question of why so much gold on Boots 2 Rush, but it's helping him out, and they're getting off those kills.
Surprising no one, Messiah managed to come up with just the right item.
So Messiah knows something about Twisted Fate is my very long-winded point here.
Absolutely, here is Samway up towards the top. Couldn't be happier on the Crocodile right now as Renekton. As you noted before, Pomco just really can't stand in that lane anymore.
But the worrying thing for the Red here, the reason why they're going to be in a bit of disarray at 15 minutes in is all lanes are losing, all the map pressure is down, they're 4 turrets down, the global objectives, the kills, the matchups, everything's going towards World Elite.
Yeah, and you can just see here reflected in the gold, there's just a massive, massive difference. In fact, we're 10,000 in the hole already for the Red.
10,000 at 15 minutes is just... I mean, it's grimacing pastry time, and it's the Red. They did well against Myth. You saw that matchup there. Although they lost 2-0 to Gambit last weekend, I think they did a respectable job there, outmatched against stronger opposition, and once again they seem outmatched here. And you just hope that they can take this as a learning experience. 6 Love is coming in.
Yeah, you got a present there hitting that Q. That kicks him out of the way though. Messiah's like, dude, what are you doing?
A bit too trigger happy there. Messiah was coming in with the gold card. You had to think the burst damage was coming. Xiaomei, he gives no Mundos. He's going in as well onto the Kha'Zix there.
With no flash, unfortunately, can't follow up in there.
I mean, Xiaomei got forced out of lane very, very early, and then spent, what, 70% of the rest of the match behind the turret? Like, he just has no cares in the world.
That's Salmei here as Nixar down the bottom, getting completely bursted down by Messiah. Nowhere for Lucian to run. Messiah's going to pick him up nice and easy there. As he Destiny's down towards the bottom lane. Now Wei Xiao got to worry a little bit here as a lot of members of Red are moving up towards the top lane. But we are going to have a push here. The tier 2 turret's absolutely in trouble here for the Russians. 5-0 in turrets so far here for World Elite. 11-1 up in kills and an absolute mountain of gold. They're looking happy here as well. I mean, Jarvan's going to try and make something happen to stun them into Demoid, though. He's going to blink him down as Demonko is buried down. A great flash. And Crescendo just before it as well. But Lich Bane will kill Sona with style there. Just so much burst damage.
And this is the World Elite of old and the Messiah of old. They've controlled this game from about 4 minutes in. They were sent back very early. It actually looked a bit panic stations with bot and top having to recall. But they've dominated since then. And the power of Twisted Fate, pastry time. Even when turrets are down, you think, hey, I got a bit of empty farm. I got 2 turrets down bot. I'll farm next to my turret. You can't do that against Twisted Fate.
Jarvan going to try and make it happen. Dunks, and he actually is going to pick up that kill. But Salmei will stun up that Jarvan, and he's not going absolutely anywhere there as Messiah now unstoppable. Picks up yet another kill. Fomko dying off the red buff there as well, as Wei Xiao cleanly 1v1s him up towards the top. The Red have played well here, have played well in recent memory as well, but not looking good here against the, probably the, if not the favorite team, definitely the crowd favorite.
Absolutely not. I mean, they both came into this game 1-1, but World Elite has been on the front foot the whole game. They've translated that Messiah Twisted Fate pressure immeasurably. From level 4 with that early gang getting him going, the first use of Destiny was successful, the second use of Destiny was successful, and World Elite are going to be successful in taking down this game, barring a miracle comeback from the Red.
I mean, given that may be the case, and of course there's always a miracle that can happen, Papa.
Sure.
You can never count it out, but what do you think of Blade of the Ruined King actually coming here for Ezreal? That's his next item, it seems like, for Wei Xiao.
I mean, the Bilgewater Cutlass gives him a bit of self-peel here, where he's against a Kha'Zix who's going to use a jump aggressively onto him, but he doesn't really have much more chasing beyond his ultimate. So the ability to sap a bit of move speed away from him ensures that the extended chasing of a Kha'Zix is going to be severely impacted. So I do like the Blade of the Ruined King here. If there are any melee carries, Blade of the Ruined King on an AD carry is always a really good option.
Yep. And now it looks like that inhibitor didn't quite get finished up here for World Elite. They're going to try and see if they can take it out this time instead. I mean, they've got lots and lots of damage here between Ezreal and Twisted Fate, having plenty of structure damage that they
But there's just no answers for the Red page time. They can't team fight. They know they're severely behind in gold without having to see the spectator overlay here. They can't safe empty lane farm because they have the Twisted Fate Destiny to be afraid of. There's just no winning.
And unfortunately, there's only death here. I think Clear missed the first Q of the game here. The Syndra going to move in, try and make something happen, but Jarvan already dead there as the anti-stack comes in. Pomko could be in trouble. Messiah around the back, going to pick it up as well. Instantly, the Syndra also bursts it down as well, but still going to be okay there as he does pick up the kill onto the mid laner there. And the Red base in tatters right now as World Leader pushing in. Messiah going to look really strong here on his favorite champion. 6-0-8 in this game, 5-0-6 for Wei Xiao as well. Dominating performance here for World Elite.
And you have to think we're not going to see the Twisted Fate left up too many more times against World Elite. Remember, they last picked that Twisted Fate against a champion with stealth like Kha'Zix, which of course has that innate synergy, already makes it a strong pick. But Messiah, he's just been so on form with that champion this game.
This is I'd say this is not necessarily, I mean, it's a risky Baron, because Baron's always risky. This is a very confident Baron for World.
Well, if you want to be results-oriented, they don't actually have vision of this green wall that's down from the red side here. So unbeknownst to them, they do have enemy vision coming through here. So there's an option to contest, but they're so far behind. They have 2 super minion waves pushing into their base. Realistically, what can you do if you're the red?
And World Elite, knowing that the red had left their base as well, probably coming to check Baron, actually decided to camp there and see if they could get something done. But Vision, again, kind of undid them there, especially as Jarvan manages to spot them off with that banner there. Blade of the Ruin King finished up now for Wei Zhao as well. We've got Sunfire Cape done up for Salmei. I mean, items are plenty here for World Elite. What can you really say?
Absolutely. I mean, you compare, it's basically 2 major items to 1 across the board, and in some cases, not even 1 on the red side. We've got Deathcap Lichbane coming out here from Twisted Fate, and a Blasting Mon. What more could you want against an Abyssal Scepter and working towards a Zhonya's? We've got Ezreal, Trinity Force, Blade of the Ruin King, Boots 2 against a Bloodthirster. It's just across the road. It's just too much pressure time. It's 22,500 gold to 40.8. I mean, even if you're not strong at maths, you can tell 18,000 gold is the difference in 20 minutes. Unfortunately, this game, the red, there's nothing they can do, especially with the Twisted Fate pick. They just can't be anywhere on the map, barring their own base next to their inhibitor.
And of course, if that happens, then just streams of minions will eventually take over the game at this point. Here is Messiah looking for the stun card, just find it. Their dunk just come out for Dove, and he's very dead. No, maybe not. Traps him around Messiah, instantly ults, and Clear will chase him down as well. The True Jump Rider is going to come in. Messiah looks for it. A great crescendo comes in as the culling pops off there for Nyx up at Demode. Now very dead. A great self-ult actually going to keep Clear from killing her, but Salmei will pick it up instead. There, Wei Zhao around the side chasing down as well, as Lucian is just able to get away there. 3 clean kills for 0. Though World Elite going to collect the rest of the base in here as well. The red, They played valiantly here, but World Elite look absolutely on form.
Yeah, the 3rd inhibitor falls here. The Nexus turrets will fall. And World Elite, they're going to send the Chinese fans home happy. 2 wins in a row, looking just so strong doing it too. This is leagues beyond what we saw against OMG in the LPL semi-finals. Against weaker opponents, understandably, but still, dominant performance from Team World Elite.
Yeah, I mean, World Elite, they have a lot of pride to defend here. I mean, it is, again, WCG.
Home crowd, WCG, a team that's been so strong for so long, so many fans out there. At least they're leading from the front.
Absolutely here. A spectacular game to watch there for any fans of World Elite. Messiah looking massive there, and just a very comfortable looking team. And again, when World Elite look good, they look great, and they played so fluidly there in that game. The Red, though, now going to pick up a loss here in WCG for this day, but still plenty of room for them to go through as well.
And realistically for the Red, the competition's going to be for that 2nd place in the group. From what we've seen from World Elite, it'd be pretty hard to see them not finishing top of this group with 2 wins on the board. But look, the Red have a win to trade on. They learned a lot from this game against World Elite. It's the other games in the group that will prove really key for the Red if they want to progress in this tournament.
Yeah, and with that, another great game in the books here for WCG. We are very early on here, as we're still in day 1 on this stream. Don't go away.
3 more days of action coming as well.
So much League of Legends here. So Papa Time will be signing off for now.